Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
We're recording.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
You know, it's great that you asked. Welcome to See You Next Tuesday, which we usually record on Tuesday. And it's actually Wednesday because I accidentally poisoned myself on Monday night.
A terrible spy.
You know, I think in some ways I would be great, but I do think I would be my own demise.
If you needed to be a spy, you'd need to be the one that only works in the office.
No, I want to be in the van.
No.
I want to be in the van with all the tech.
No.
Okay, well, I would
Here's the thing. You're going to talk too much in the field.
No, I don't want to be in the field. I don't want to be the getaway car. I want to be the surveillance
I know,
van.
but the van is still in the field.
Okay, you're right. That actually seems a little stressful. So I will be, I want a lair, like my own like little lair where I've got like all the monitors and I'm just like looking up where everyone is and I'm like intel and then you stalk everybody. I think I'd be good at that. But yeah, Mott's had to give me like a lecture when we had to set, when he was like telling me that like the rat, we had like I don't know what it was called. It wasn't poison, but whatever you give a rat that like, it's like a sticky pad. So it like it immobilizes it. And he like really went through and was like, okay, don't touch these. This is for the rat. And I was like, okay, whatever. And now that I've accidentally ingested, and now that I've poisoned myself on Monday night, I was like, oh, this is why you gave me this whole long lecture about like, don't fuck with these other things. Mott's made dinner. It was so nice. And he made like roast chicken with veggies. And he was being proactive about cleaning the sheet pan that they were on. And he sprayed it with power wash. And then he put it back on like the stove. And I didn't have my glasses on. Not that it would have fucking mattered. I would have done it anyways. And I walked by and I was like, ooh, a Brussels sprout. And I popped it in my mouth.
How long had the Brussels sprout been sitting out?
Probably like a half hour.
Okay. I don't. When you texted me this story,
God,
I
how
thought
long?
it'd been like the night before.
Melissa, first of all, I'm disgusting, but I do have a sensitive stomach.
Look, I don't know.
There's no fucking way I would ever do that.
But you still put food in your mouth.
Yeah, but it was. And
You know what the problem is?
What?
You have Brussels sprouts instead of cabbage.
Honestly, this was the payback. This was like cabbage was like, bitch, you're taking these little puny little fucks. Like we're gonna show you who's boss. And I just like can't stress to anyone who like does not know what Dawn Power Wash is. It's not the same as the Dawn
it's got
soap.
alcohol. It's got a lot of alcohol in it. So the main ingredient is alcohol.
And
so
it already smells like the worst. Like I have such a hard time with the fucking smell already. It
they
smells
have different
like
scents. Which scent was it?
Well, all of the scents have an underlying scent of this feels like if someone put this on a rag and held it up to your face, you would pass out.
Chloroform.
Exactly. There's like a
You know how
chloroform
chloroform
undertone.
smells.
No, but that just like is the same vibe to me. Like it just has.
It smells like alcohol.
Yeah, it smells like not. It smells so clearly not edible.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a reason why kids were eating Tide Pods and they weren't eating Dawn Power Wash. Like it's the most potent. I just felt the grease fighting as I ingested it, and you're not really supposed to. Certain things like you should immediately
throw up.
Exactly. But a lot of the things you're not supposed to do because it's going to be worse. It's bad going down and bad going up, and it can damage your esophagus. And I already have a not great esophagus, but there was no stop. Like it was just an immediate body reaction. And then I couldn't stop coughing and my eyes were watering. Taking my matzahs, like we didn't pause. We were watching Are You the One? So I just hear Cammy's voice in the background and Matzah's like laughing along watching. Like he has no idea what's going on because like we didn't pause it. So he can't hear anything. And then I'm in the kitchen like legitimately dying. Like 2 hands holding on to the sink. Like, and then I just fisted a bunch of cookies to try and like mask the taste because I was like, I can't drink water because I kept trying to, and then I just kept spitting it back up. And I masked that, and then I drank water, and I have not pooped in days.
So not only would you make a terrible spy, but so would Motts. And if something life or death was happening in the home with you, he would know. He would not know.
No, he would not know. Like,
wow.
He would just be like, I thought you were just being you. And I was like, well, yes, but this is it. And then I walked out into the living room, and I was like, so I just want to preface this, like, this is not your fault at all. This is totally my fault, but I just need you to know what I just did. He was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, that was fully my bad. I was like, but if maybe like, I'm going to never do that again. But on the off chance that I do, like when we put like soap on something and we're not adding water and there is no like suds, let's put it on the counter or like in the sink, because like my brain was just like,
it just came out the oven.
Yeah. And like, he's not like an immediate spray it down with power. Like, you know what I mean? So like that was it was a foreign concept. It was wonderful and proactive. But it bit me in the ass. So thank you to Melissa for letting us push recording a day.
I'm going to have a marathon recording today.
I know. I feel really bad.
I've already recorded 1 podcast.
Holy fucking shit.
I did pants this morning, then we're going to do R4, and then I've got another one tonight. So, well, not even tonight. It's at 2:30. So
yeah.
We're keeping these episodes tight.
Right and tight.
Coco texted me and she was like, how the hell did y'all record for 2.5 hours? But am I wrong? And I was like, it was actually 3. We stopped it at one point. So
I don't know why we did that.
I don't remember. And it was just like, once we make a point, cut it and move on.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what we talked about for so long.
No, couldn't tell you.
Well, what did you do this weekend while I was poisoned?
This weekend, what did I do? I went to a friend's birthday. So we had brunch in the morning. Then I had a meeting with person at that place that I would like to work.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and it was
like... It's C's Candy, everybody. No, that's where I would like to work.
So we like sat and talked for like 2.5 hours.
Are they cool?
Very cool. We had already had like a phone chat
like a little
before.
Preliminary one.
It was like and that one was like an hour and a half.
Oh.
And then this one was even longer in person. So, making connections.
Making moves.
Yeah.
Girl bossing. Mm-hmm. Hell yes.
Yeah, so she's great. And then the second part of the birthday party, which was supposed to be dodgeball, but then not enough people RSVP.
So this is where you got the idea for your birthday.
They were like, we're going to do it in March. I was like, no, let's just do it for my birthday next month. And then I was like, let's make it a whole field day.
I told Mons that you texted me. He goes, she's kidding. I go, no, she's literally not kidding. And he's like, what are you going to do? I was like, she says I'm going to participate, but I'm going to buy a cheerleading costume from Amazon.
He's coming too. I don't know what.
Oh my God. Do you know what?
I know. And I want the most competitive people there as well.
Perfect. I just know, I might pretend I don't know him depending on his attitude. Mm-mm. I might be flipping my ring around, being like, oh, I don't know who this person is, because
you might not want to bring your ring. It might get a little.
Yeah, I mean, Melissa, I'm having PE flashbacks.
This is what it's gonna be, and I loved PE. I accelerated.
PE was my least favorite class.
Yeah, well, buck up. Did you like hopscotch? What about Foursquare? I feel like it'd be good at Foursquare.
What's Foursquare?
Where there's 4 squares and then a ball, and you just kind of hit the ball and you try to make it go out of the other person's square. You'd be good at that.
I could be good at that.
Yeah. So, look, you'll have...
I can bring my puzzle table, too, and I'll just sit there.
You can bring that puzzle of the 2 of us.
I know. I got a puzzle table for Christmas from Mons' parents, and that's the one I set out, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking ready.
Maybe a table with Uno or something.
Yeah. I can also be, a referee.
No.
I can buzz my hair.
No.
And I can be a 35-year-old man who's just angry at everything.
This is everybody's going on the honor code. You have to participate in some way. Foursquare, it's going to be your game.
I will. I'm just letting you know right now, there's no way in hell I'm playing dodgeball.
I figured.
There's just, it's not going to be,
You can be the person that goes to get the ball if it goes out.
I can do that.
Yeah, but there will be games for everyone. Don't worry.
There will be blood.
And that too.
Are you going to do like on different, like everyone, like shirts and skins? So you just have like titties out?
I was thinking of having people just like bring 2 different color. Like we'll have a dark and a light shirt.
Nice. Do you have a pink? What color? What do you want to do?
Yeah, like a pink-ish.
Yeah.
It can be pink, or I know some people don't have pink. I don't like red, but if that's all you have, then
Yeah.
and then like whatever, I'll figure it out. It's gonna be fun though.
Bloods and crips, red and blue. Don't. Did you see the TikTok? Did I send that to you?
No.
Oh my God! If this woman who's
the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you not see that? Everyone saw that.
I saw it, and
Yeah.
then you sent me, but I had already seen
Oh,
it.
it's funny. You know what I can also do, which I will do anyways, but it will be a perfect out for me when I'm like catching my breath, being like, I can't handle this. I need a break. I'm going to bring my camera and I will also be the photographer.
Great. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And then no one can even be like, haha, look, I'm going to throw the ball at you. I'm like, I've got a camera.
Yeah. That's actually good. That's really good.
This is the mind of someone who spent all of her youth getting out of PE. Like I can.
You're still gonna play a game.
No, but I know I have to have some participation to not fail to class.
Yeah.
Like I know how this works.
Yes.
But now
I'm really
I have
excited.
a female PE teacher, which fucking sucks because that's the
little bit
ones you
harder.
can't lie to.
A little bit harder.
It is. Well, I'm excited for that.
Me too.
Moss will be thrilled to know that he is invited.
Yes.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I got a whole list of people.
How many people are you inviting?
A lot. And then my other friends inviting their friends too, which I'm friends with as well. So we have to have enough people to play the sports. Because they also work at a school. So we get everything for free.
Oh my! Wait. So where do they have a gymnasium?
Yeah. It's a private school.
I was about to ask. It has to be.
Yeah.
Public school gyms. I'm not going to let teachers in there. Wow. Do you know when you want to do it? What day of the week is your birthday this
My
year?
birthday's on a Wednesday, or Thursday, so we'll probably do it on that Saturday.
Well, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to pad myself to protect my body. I don't have asthma, but I do feel like an inhaler would be beneficial.
Well, hopefully I'll have one by then.
I hope you will too. That would be good for you. Speaking of breathing,
Speaking of life,
yesterday in the saga of first year of home ownership, I went downstairs to like grab like something that I was gonna hang upstairs, and we've got like our basement or whatever, and that, if people don't remember, is what had flooded when our pipe burst. Not our septic tank, but it was
that basement
that
flooded,
waste.
That basement flooded when that pipe burst. But not in a sexual way.
no in a fecal
very
matter
disgusting way.
So Mott's had like that had happened like right before we were going to like my friend's wedding, and it was like a shit show, and that's his office.
Literally.
Like legitimately a show of shit, of poop, and that's Mott's it's his office, but it's not like he doesn't even work. He works from home maybe once a month, like if that. And
He was
it's only a
working
half
from
day.
home before a little bit more.
Yeah, way more when we let
Yeah.
our apartment, but not at this new job and not at the house as much. So I don't go down there a ton. And if like we're needing to like move things in there, if we're moving them between the garage and there, like he'll do that. And so I don't spend a ton of time down there. And so I was like going through one of the boxes and I see a bug. And I'm pretty sure it's like a silverfish bug, which
Oh, I hate those.
Me
Because
too.
when you kill them, they get dusty.
and they're just like, I don't like
Weird.
how they look. I don't like them. They're just really like pointy and kind of narrow. They're like little skinny little fucks. Like I don't like them. I don't trust those lanky bitches. Look at me. I don't trust myself either.
Wow.
And I know that those happen in like kind of musty, damp places. And I'm like, uh-oh. Is there's like some parts of this that are still kind of wet down here? Like that's fucked because that was like June. I'm like, that we would be screwed. And I moved something and I feel it and it's damp, and that was put down there only a month ago. And I was like,
So this is new.
Or
It's just the rain.
Or it was any other kind of moisture that didn't end up getting cleaned up and like it got knocked into that. So I'm like, this is either in old water or new water. Gross. And I tell him, I don't text Mott's place at work. So I'm like, I don't want to add to the stress because there's nothing you can do. And so I waited till he came home and I told him, and we go down. And he was like, what's this? He like moves a box and it looks like the floor's molding. And I'm like, you're kidding.
Is it all silverfish?
No.
I mean,
it's
silver,
just
not fish, silver bugs.
I don't know why I call them silverfish.
I think, did I?
I did it first,
Okay.
I think. I don't know why. That's why I think they're called, like in my head, they kind of look like fish.
Yeah.
That's why. And it's like the some of like the cracks in.
No, they're called silverfish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're aptly named because they do look like fish.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom floor of our house, like it's not even. So someone in Australia, when I was like trying to describe like what this was, they were like, oh, we call that a garden level. And I was like, that makes the most sense because calling it a basement like is so fucking foreign to me in California. Like we don't have basements because we have earthquakes and then we're burying ourselves alive. Like this is not a thing.
Yeah. But
And
also other areas called them. Like there's some apartments in Arkansas that they had garden levels.
Yeah. So I didn't know that there was a name for it because it's clearly also not a basement, but it's not like the first floor of our house. Like it's just one big kind of room. And it doesn't have like real flooring. Like it's not dirt flooring. I think I did take you down there when you came to. We didn't go down there? Wow, I forgot. I also forgot to show when I was like doing like our first initial house tour. I totally forgot to go down there too. But so it's kind of like not ceramic, maybe ceramic, like kind of more like concrete tile sort of things. So it's not dirt. It's not just the foundation, but our plan is to put like waterproof laminate flooring down there. Like it needs flooring. Like it's not ready for that. And there's all these kind of like cracks in it, which is normal. And they're like filled with just like white stuff in some areas, not the whole thing. And Mott's was like, this is new. And so then we looked up and there's a potential that it's white mold or it's not. And it's this other thing that can happen in concrete, like on floors specifically. So we have to test that and figure that out. But I did wonder, I was like, if that is mold, that could explain why I've like felt extra shitty for the last like.
Oh, because then it's seeping up.
Yeah, because through the vents and things like that. And so I'm like, that maybe potentially could explain it. And we're also getting our water heater checked because not that we think that there's a gas leak, but I don't know if you've ever, like, sometimes laundry can smell like gas, like a little.
I've never experienced
No.
that.
There's like the mix of like detergent and then like kind of musty air. It doesn't smell like, and I have a really good nose where I'm like, oh, this, if I can smell like this thing's the burner on the stove is like clicking on, like that I can totally smell. But like sometimes when and we're near our like gas furnace and like all like in our hot water heater, which is gas powered and all of that. And then that mixed with the smell of the laundry, which I don't know what, there's one product of laundry that we use that like always has kind of just smelled like a little off to me. And so then we're getting that checked too.
What kind of detergent do you use?
It's one of like a all natural sort of things. It's smelling a little. See, there's sometimes fragrance is good because
it masks
it masks the chemicals. So it smells a little odd, but it can also just be. I mean, you know me. You do this too. But like when the heat is on, I can smell the heat. So like aren't sure what. And Mott's was like, I think it's gas, and I was like, I don't think it's gas because like I'm pretty sensitive to that specific smell. But we're gonna get that checked out too. So I'm not hoping that any of those things are wrong, but if they are wrong and we fix them and then I start to feel like even marginally better, that will be nice.
Good.
You know?
Good.
So we'll see. But home ownership.
Sounds fun.
You know, it is. I love it. It's just, I wouldn't do it. We went out to dinner with two of Mott's, well, they're my friends too, but like our friends who were in town. And she was like, so like, how is owning a house? Because like, I just feel like everything that like I hear like is so fucking hard. And they were house sitting and they were like, I don't want to do it. And it was also raining in LA and it was like, they're not from here. And they were like, this is awful. And I was like, honest.
Did it rain on Saturday?
I think in the morning.
No.
But if that was like the first night it hadn't rained and it had been raining that week. And I had told her, I was like,
No, that was Friday.
oh yeah, that was Friday. I was like, honestly, I wouldn't want to own a house and I wouldn't want to buy a house if I wasn't a homebody where I'm spending a lot of time in the house and then like putting all of this effort and time and care into decorating it, furnishing it, doing all of that stuff, and then enjoying it. Or an area where I know that the resale value would make sense, because like the idea of like buying a house, even if it's like way cheaper than in like less competitive market than LA, but you are going to spend all of this time, energy, and money putting into the home. If you're not a homebody, you're not going to enjoy the process itself, which you have to fucking enjoy. And then when you go to sell it, every decision that you make isn't necessarily adding value to the house. Like it's a much riskier move. And so I was saying that to her and she goes, okay, perfect. So if we can't buy a house in Manhattan, we won't buy a house. And I was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's weird. Cause like I technically do own a house in Arkansas, like family house that we have. And like that, nobody really lives in those houses. We have got some rentals, but whatever. But like when I was growing up, we always lived in new houses. So we never like dealt with that kind of stuff. So it's just being in LA just makes things interesting.
Yeah.
Makes everything interesting.
And I think the new builds in LA
are not good.
No, yeah, they're not.
They all look the same, first of all. And then second, they're just built out of very cheap material.
It's horrific. I did see on TikTok, Bend, Oregon. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it. Gorgeous. They hired, in a new build development, they hired like 5 or 6 different architects, or maybe even more than that. And it's like this whole block area, whatever you call them, with all the new houses when there's like
a subdivision?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. And they hired different architects to do the houses, all in different ones in different styles. So it's all brand new houses, but you would never know.
Yeah.
And like they're gorgeous. And I was like, oh wow.
Because usually for a subdivision, the builder does all the houses like for that subdivision.
Okay.
So that's why they
Very
all
Utah.
look the same. That's like every place that has new places. They just like the builder for that area builds what's in that subdivision.
Huh. Yeah, we didn't have that growing up. We had like, the only thing that I remember with the houses all looked the same was like a gated community kind of thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So that's the same. That's the same thing. Yeah. So this was like really pretty and really cool. And I was like, oh wow, I would not have such a disdain for new builds as much as if they did them like this. But Bend, Oregon's also not cheap. So I'm assuming
that gate is hard to close.
Oh, it's very hard to close. I'm assuming that they're not easily accessible, because the builder grade thing is the cheapest, and that's why they always do that. But I'm loving it. We're also planning on painting the living room. I'm like, that's, I think, kind of might be one of my next things that we're gonna do.
What color?
I want to do like a light pinky peach color. I just think it'll look nice, and I don't want just plain white because I just think it'll.
Look at you evolving.
No, bitch, I'm fucking bursting out of my cocoon. Like I'm so evolved. Like I'm fucking ready for, like, I want to do like greens and shits and all of that kind of stuff. But for our living room, we have such nice windows there and it kind of opens up into everything. I still want to keep the color really light. And because we have so much greenery, it makes the whole room look sickly green, even though it's like an off-white. So if we do like a peachy pink, it will then counteract the green. So in the times where the light like looks weird, it'll at most look white, but it's not going to look kind of pukey, which it does right now. But I'm fucking excited. Got to get that done. And then we're also getting our electric panel upgraded.
That's what I'm most excited about for you.
As someone who is wearing 2 pairs of socks right now, and when putting on my Birkenstocks today, literally audibly went, ow, because of the chilblains, whatever. The little cold blisters on my feet. I am also excited. And we did some calculations, or Mott's is doing the calculations, because I told him, I was like, here, sir, finance man, do some math. And this is what our current electrical panel's at. Here are some options for some small space heaters. What could we do? And what will we need to unplug to do that? And so he says that he thinks we can even get like a small one even before we do that.
Nice.
So we will do that as soon as possible, because yesterday I was wearing a down jacket underneath my wearable blanket that you got me. And I have no issue with it. Like, I'm also numb. So I'm just
You
like,
should do it the other way, the opposite. The wearable jacket and then down on top, because down holds the heat in.
well, I was wearing 3 shirts underneath. And then, so it was holding that heat in. And then the big, because that one also helps with like the thigh, that whole, like any
That's
exposed areas, even when you tuck things in. And I'm fine. Like I can handle the cold. Like I'm very much okay. But then Mott's came home and he was like, I'm miserable. And he just like puts on a jacket. And I go, oh, we need to get a space heater for you because you're not willing to wear 15 shirts.
But it's also, he's going from a different temperature. Like
it's so much worse when that happens.
Yes, you're constantly in that. And he's warmer and then comes home and then cold.
I didn't realize how bad that was until we went out to dinner on Friday night, and I was like, okay, let me change into out of my clothes. But my clothes were like that I was wearing were warm to the touch, and then I was gonna have to put on my clothes that were cold to the touch. And I was like, how? No, like that's just like fuck that. And now that makes sense that is what he's experiencing. But I like it. It wakes you up. I will take it any day over the fucking heat.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, come 9 o'clock, my temperature, my air is down to 62 degrees. The other day it was like 59. So
that's why cold breeds comedy.
I can't sleep without
and
it being hot. Cold.
Ghosts aren't going to come.
Right. They like coldness.
CUM and COME. They need to be, they're frigid. Yes. They like frosty temps.
They do.
Well, ow.
What'd you just do?
I like startled myself.
But you said ow. That's
I know.
A startling noise.
For me it is. No, I like pulled this thing and then my head, and it was just.
Okay. Did you feel the earthquake?
No, and apparently there's one on fucking Saturday too that I missed.
No,
I'm going off of Cammy tweeted it.
Saturday, I don't remember. Maybe. Oh yeah, there was one Saturday because I was sitting at a table and then I felt it. That one was a quick one. The one last night.
What time?
I don't know because I stopped looking. I'm doing the thing where no blue light after a certain amount, so I didn't want to look at.
But you're gonna say I'm no longer going on Twitter when an earthquake happens. I'm like, but then how will you know?
Well, that too. But this one was a rolling one. Like I heard it coming first, and then it was here, and it lasted for several seconds. It wasn't like it was strong. It was strong, but not like one of those ones that just kind of shock you. And it just rolled for several seconds. And then there was an aftershock. It woke me up.
Wait, so it was in the morning? Or at night?
No, it was at night.
Oh, I don't know. You said it woke you up.
Yeah, I was sleeping at nighttime. You don't sleep at night?
I don't know what I thought in the morning. Okay, 7 hours ago. But
it was at 2 a.m., it says. So I guess technically in the morning. 4.2 is in Malibu.
So not 2 a.m. last night.
2 a.m. as in 2 a.m. 7 hours ago.
Oh. Wait.
So today.
Okay. I don't like that.
I don't know what you mean, but today's date, 2 a.m.
Okay. I called 2 a.m. last night because
it makes no sense.
It's a nighttime. I'm not going to wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but you're still awake at that time.
4 a.m. is this morning.
Meghan,
3 a.m. and before.
You make things more confusing than they need to be.
I know, it's not a choice. Like, this is just how my brain works. I can't phonetic spellings. Like, I can't do that either. Also, you know what I fucking learned from a TikTok? There's a phonetic alphabet.
Yeah.
Oh, should have really registered what audience I was telling this to. I would have guessed that you already knew this. And so it was like this girl, she was talking about how she has to, when you're like calling the doctor's office and you're saying your name and you're like, F is in whatever. And she was like, she said R. She was like, R as in roast beef. And her mom was like, what the fuck? There's a phonetic alphabet. And she was like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, I had no idea.
They had to do it a lot during the operating. Like when there was an actual operator that you would have to call to connect your calls. Because of that person. So back in the day, you couldn't just call people.
What the fuck?
So, I mean, before our lifetimes, but you'd have to call the operator, and then you tell the operator who you want to call. So you have to like spell out the name, and then they would physically connect you to whoever you like to call. And then, yeah.
That seems like such a great job for someone who's nosy as hell.
Yeah, they were. It was a lot of gossip. I think you never watched it. Fucking Mrs. Maisel, there was, at one point she had that as a job.
I'm like floored because like I know that like, you know, the reference of operator in terms of like a phone call is not
that recording.
It sounds like, I'm sure that sounds like it's something I've heard in content, but I have if you ask me what I would be like, I have no idea. Like I thought it was probably a song reference or something.
Literally like the phone operator. They were the ones that connected you.
So it's like at a hotel in a concierge and you'd be like, can you, oh, wow.
Yeah. And there were like literal lines that they would like unplug it and then plug it into.
See, I would be there for the gossip part if that was my job, but the plugging in.
But it was like one of the jobs that women could have when they were a working girl before they met their husband, that kind of job.
They could work in banks. Isn't that?
I think this was maybe before the bank stuff.
Oh, okay.
Too.
My grandma was allowed to, the rich one, the poor one. I don't know if she ever had a job.
Yeah.
But like that one.
I think that might have been a little after. Because you could work in a bank, but you couldn't have a bank account without daddy or your husband. But
you could be like whatever.
Yeah.
You could give men their money. Yeah. Have a lovely day. And you had to be pretty or something like that too. She was a nasty old woman.
A nasty bat.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok of some woman who was cleaning her parents' like rental property from like all the cigarette smoke. And I was like,
I
triggered.
saw that. Disgusting.
That was what my grandma's house was like. It was, I remember all of my clothes would smell like it. Like my hair, I couldn't sleep. Like that might actually have been the start of my insomnia. Like was spending like long chunks of summer there. I couldn't sleep there, but I was fine sleeping on the floor of the abandoned empty condo at my other grandma's house because she lived in low income housing, but they would have like an empty condo that we would then just rent for the month. And it would be an air mattress and there would be cockroaches and I could sleep there fine, but you give me that smoke. Yeah. It just, the air is thick.
It permeates. I think about how smoking in restaurants used to be normal.
Oh yeah. She would not go to a place like we would like rarely leave the house, but I guess when we were younger, the only time that she would ever like go out to a restaurant, it would have to be one that like allowed smoking inside or smoking like outside.
They'd be like smoking section or not. And even in the non-smoking section, you could still smell the smoke because it's smoke.
I have a vivid memory of trying to eat my BLT and like not breathe through my nose because I was like, my BLT is tasting like your fucking
Hotels
cigarettes.
Too. I remember you'd have to say that I want a non-smoking hotel room.
Ew. That's like the one thing. I mean, there's a lot of things that I like couldn't fuck with living in Europe, but that's a big one.
That's one thing that they did right here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that.
Yeah, absolutely nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Anyways.
All right.
We hope you all enjoyed. And,
see you next Tuesday.
Sounds like a good plan. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Goodbye.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go Network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go Network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the co-hosts of the Christmas. Let me try that again. Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be massively merry, gigantically jolly, fantastically festive, as some people might say, Eric. We are all about alliterations, and we are all about Christmas spirit. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's go. It should be like, let's go, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.